Hi guys, Jon Watts from the TruGolf Academy here. You've joined me at Drayton Park Golf Club, and today I want to talk to you, or give you a couple of exercises to help pure your irons. So what we're looking at to make a good contact with an iron in my hand, so I've got a 7-iron here, is a descending blow into the back of the golf ball. We know for distance reasons we actually want the opposite with a driver. We actually want an ascending blow, or we're heading slightly up on it. With an iron in our hand, we want to be hitting on the way down, and the tour average with a 7-iron is around 4 degrees on the way down. What we see with quite a lot of amateur golfers that end up falling backwards and their weight actually moves away from the target towards their trail foot is they're hitting too much on the level, maybe up on the ball. I get some data with my Foresight Sport HMT monitor that actually shows an upward angle of attack quite often at 16-17 degrees. And when they get that, it's because the club has actually hit the ground early. In soft conditions, of course, what we get is a heavy strike and a big divot. Here in the summer, the ground conditions getting firmer. What we often see is that club actually bounce and we get a real upward angle into the back of the golf ball. So I've got a couple of exercises that I want to run through, but I just quickly want to talk about how that weight should be shifting towards our lead leg. So for me as a right-handed player, the weight should be shifting into our left foot, into my lead leg on the downswing. So what we're looking at the top of the backswing is a pressure shift of around 80% on the right side, 20% on the left side. Now we're not trying to then move all our weight over to our left leg. It's a gradual process where the pressure is moving into our lead leg. And when we look at force platform data with some of the best golfers out there, they're at a position where they're around 80% on their trail foot at the top of the backswing. So that hasn't been a weight transfer or slide to the right. There's just more pressure into that right side, and it gradually moves towards the target. So as they start the downswing, and the role of the left knee, the lead leg, is vital for this. So please check out my other video on the lead leg. The link will come up below. This left knee, as that will really help you as well. But our pressure should be moving towards our left foot and then towards our left heel through impact. And we want to be going from 80% here on our right side on our trail foot at the top of the backswing to 60% as we start our downswing, so 60-40 onto our lead leg, 70, 80, 90, maybe even up to 100% of our pressure. You do occasionally see it with the real elite, especially when they're hitting a hard shot or a driver, that pressure moving into the left, into the lead leg. Okay, so it's a gradual movement towards the target. Now, as I did that, what you wouldn't have seen is my whole body going there. So my head is remaining pretty still, but the pressure, because of my lower body movement, is driving towards the target. What we get so many golfers doing is making a movement where they're falling back. Actually, more pressure is moving to their right side, possibly increasing flex in their trail leg, okay? And the left leg, the lead leg, will be actually straightening too early. It should be straightening, but it should straighten into impact, not at the start of the downswing, okay, as my pressure's moving back away from the target. So a couple of exercises, if that is something you suffer with. A really simple one is to grab just an impact board. If you haven't got access to that, just a golf towel will do, and all I'd get you to do is fold that in half and lay that one on the ground the same distance behind the ball as I've got the impact board here, okay? And that distance is around 1 club head's width. So the ball is 1 club head's width ahead of the impact board or the towel. You want it pretty flat to the floor. And what we're going to try and do is actually hit some balls missing the impact board. So we're actually getting a position where our pressure's more into our left leg. When we get that pressure moving into our left leg, we'll generally have our handle slightly ahead of the club head end. So we're actually creating a better contact, a better strike. We're de-lofting the golf club slightly rather than adding loft onto it through impact. So I'll just start off with a small movement. So in setup position, we could just make a little half swing to start with. And I actually got ball, then divot on that one there. Once we've got into that, we can just go a little bit further with the same exercise. Okay, so club head's width in front, And I'm just going to go ahead and make a full swing now. I've got that feeling of my pressure moving into my lead leg, moving into my left side. So same setup again. Now it felt really solid there. Good ball flight straight down the middle. And the divot's happening after impact. So I'm catching the ball, then the turf. Now, we actually know from a lot of data, and with a lot of good players, they're actually striking both at the same time. And even some are catching the ground a little bit before the ball. They're still elite players. But we're talking an 1/8 of an inch, 16th of an inch. We're not talking 6 inches to a foot behind the golf ball where the real problems occur. So I've got one other exercise I want you to do, and a nice simple one is place the ball down, and you're just going to put a tee peg pretty low into the ground, and you're going to put it in front of the ball. Maybe I've done that a little bit too far, so I've just done it around a club head's width in front of the golf ball. Okay, and what I'm looking to do, nice simple drill, is hit the ball and strike the tee peg. Okay, rather than hitting the ground first, I'd be catching the ball, but the club would be on an ascending, rising blow before we ever got to that tee peg. So again, you could do it as a small movement. I'm going to go ahead and hit a full shot here, and I'm going to try and strike the ball and the tee peg. Now, it felt pretty solid, and the tee peg's gone somewhere, so I've made contact definitely. The divot is around 1.5 club width long, so it's around 4.5, 5 inches in length, and it's starting at the golf ball and going forwards, and I got the tee peg out of the ground. Great one to practice if you've got practice field access to a practice area where you can hit some balls off the turf. You can do that one off a driving range mat, but you want to put something pretty low on the ground, maybe even a coin, 10p piece, something pretty flat. Now, I'm not expecting that to, maybe you don't even hit it, but it's that feeling of being able to actually strike down low, a little longer after the ball. So we're actually getting the ball first in that contact. I hope that exercise helped. Please check out the other video on the role of that lead knee to help shallow the downswings. That's going to answer a lot of questions of how we shift our weight to our left side. But those couple of exercises there are going to really help you pure your irons, make better contact next time. I hope that video helps. If it does, please make sure you give us the thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel. There's lots of video content now coming to you every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And any questions or queries or videos that you would like to see, please make sure you post them below. Your input would be great. Thanks, guys.